Yes, well, back with you. A couple days after my last video. Uh, what we're working on here today is the headlight, still, for Nicholas's boiler front. And hopefully no sesame seed in my beard today. I noticed in my last video. Anyway, so what we've also got going on is this crank, eccentric crank for his locomotive. The pins are worn out, broken, and need to replace that. So I got to get this bushing off. That's the silver band you see around there. And there's a rivet there. It's a hex on this side. And I don't know if you'll be able to see the rivet in there. Anyway, maybe that's it. Yeah, the end of the rivet. So I got to drill that out, pull that rivet. I've got some new ones here that I've had for a while. I'll put those in. Well, we just need one of them. The other eccentric crank is fine, so we don't have to worry about that. What we're also going to do is experiment on my other boiler front, but I'll show you on his. The classification light markers were gone, broken off. That's common. But they go, on either side of the headlight here up on the boiler. That's about there where the tip of my fingernail is. Anyway, they're gone, as you can see. So what we have are repair classification lights. Oh, you can see that. It's even got rivets cast into it. Let me try to hold it different. And then they put a little jewel in there, and that just reflects the light and makes it look cool. But anyway, in order to put these on, I'll hold it by the light part here. You have to get the right position, and you got to flatten from this edge inward to the thickness of this. Well, this one goes on this side, of course. So anyhow, it'll go on there. But you see how you have to flatten that area out in order for this piece. So we'll have to find a way to weld that on and get those attached. But I'm going to experiment on my boiler front before I go after his. And who knows, by the time I'm done with that boiler front, that scrap one I'm working on, it might be brand spanking new. So that's another project we're going to be working on. So we got the eccentric, and then we got these classification lights to put on, the rivets, and what we're working on here tonight is the headlight for Nick. And I have a lens here. Let's see if I can get this out of the way. Nah, that's not gonna work. It'll be fun. Anyway, what we have here is a headlight lens. That'll go in his. I don't know if you can see. Maybe. There's an air bubble in the plastic there, right in the center, between the jaws there. And so I've started drilling a 16th pilot, and I'm going to take it to the depth I need for a LED, which will be almost to here. And then this is actually too long, this lens here, so I'll just trim it off when I'm done. But this extra here gives me a good place to start. And so I'm going to continue on here. Got our drill charged up, our motor. The only trouble is it's even on low, it's heating up the plastic. And when the plastic melts itself to the drill, then the hole keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger because of the diameter of the melted plastic that dries on there. Yep, we're into that air bubble. All right. There we are. I'm right at I don't know if you can see or not. My hole is right in front of the lens part. About a 16th of an inch, 32nd of an inch away, which is what I wanted. So that part's done. Now we'll go for the 7/64 drill bit, and that should give us our size. Oh, nice and clean. Since we're using the 3mm LEDs, this is what we want. was better when the battery was low and I was just barely taking it. It's going to grab no matter what. Alright, that's not going to work. Okay, I went and got the big gun out. We don't need more speed, we need more power. See how we do. Keep an eye on it this way. That's what we wanted. Just needed more torque. I'll run the drill bit through there and get cleaned up, but by hand. But hopefully you can see that. And it's all the way through there. Right up to the back of the lens there. So what I'll do is I'll mark this to length and see. Get our selection of LEDs here. Uh, 3mm. There we are. Alright. I had one out for this project, experimenting online. But then I wanted to show a fellow on Facebook how it looked in an American Flyer locomotive, so I put it in my American Flyer shell and showed him the picture of it lit up, and he was very happy. Shared that process. Alright, so now our housing here is a total depth of from behind the lens 9/16 minus the depth of let's see, Okay, 9/16. Yeah. Alright, and then we gotta subtract the depth of this boss here. So we'll use our depth gauge here. And that is 1/16. So we have 9/16. Oh, okay. I'm adding the 16th. I gotta subtract that. So that's 8/16, which is ½ inch. So we'll make our ½ inch. Okay, we can shorten that by the length of our LED here. Using our depth gauge again, there's a little shoulder on the end of it. Be very careful here. (11/64). Let me lock that in place. I'll just scribe a line on the lens here. Alright. Of course I dropped it. Alright. So I'll cut it off at the, I don't know if you can see. I put a black line on there. It's hard to tell in this viewfinder what you can see and what I can see. Let me see. Yeah. Well, anyway, there's a line there, a black line. So what I'm going to do is cut this down and we'll continue on our merry way. See, we'll put our cut off here in the Dremel. Yeah, speed's not always the answer. Sometimes you just need torque. I'm going to stay away from that line to start with. Just to give myself room to play with. See if I can get a good grip with the needle nose. Vice grips are a little too wide for this cut here. But you don't want to bear down on this now because it's got a hole through the center. Now it's pretty weak. So we'll just take it slow. Doesn't matter if it's true and straight yet. Sand it all down. Indeed. All right. Hold it out here. Get that flattened off. Okay. Yeah, well now we've closed off our hole a little bit, melted some plastic in front of it. Try to get that opened up again. There we go. Get the burrs off. Let me try and dress that hole up now. Let that up. Don't need all that plastic on there. Or if I can hold that. Alright. That looks cleaned up. I'll take our little fingernail file here. Kind of touch it up. Alright. Let's check it out, huh? Oh yeah, popped right in there. Went. Yeah. So let's see how she looks. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can see, but the tip of the light is right there. Let's see how she looks under power here, huh? Oh yeah, I'm loving that. I'm loving that. Sure. I like it. I like it a lot. See. Yeah. I like that a lot. Okay, job number 1 done. And I'll bring you back when I'm ready to tackle the experiment on putting the classification lights back on. That'll be an interesting project, for sure. Oh, I love that. That's nice. Yeah, that's going to look good going down the rails. Okay, toodles.